that you better believe that he will go host Jeopardy or try to, or not come back to the Packers if he says so.
The Packers are in denial. They are in the breakup phase of all of this, and Chad, we've gone through this, the breakup phases on the different versions of relationships in a previous show. You have the shock and denial phase. You have the pain and guilt phase. Then you have anger and bargaining, which will come back whenever they try to offer him even more money than what he's turned down. Then you go through depression. Then there's reconstruction. And then finally, acceptance and hope. And right now, the Green Bay Packers are in the middle of shock and denial with every quote that I hear. Meanwhile, you have Domofsky at ESPN saying less than 5% chance that Aaron Rodgers is back. You have Peter King going on national radio this morning saying that he doesn't see Aaron Rodgers playing in Green Bay again. In every press conference, including Matt LaFleur, who says you just can't let his brain go there. Can't let himself think about Aaron Rodgers not being a part of the roster. Let me tell everyone something about LaFleur. The guy is critical and thinks about everything. We know that from his time here. He's done nothing but think about Aaron Rodgers leaving his team since last week. That's all he's done. And for him to get behind the microphone and say he hasn't even thought about it, he can't let himself go there, is ridiculous.
I'm just automatically drawn to, like, where is he going to land? Denver, destination number one, you have to think. The other place that I've considered is Minnesota. Hard to do the division.
The Brett Favre.
But that's the team that's unsettled to me at quarterback.
Jeremy Fowler is floating Vegas.
And, yeah, that's a good one because he's never happy at quarterback. And, look, if you're unsettled at quarterback, you haven't just made a move, his all-time great, you go get him. Jordan Love, you have no idea what he is, what he isn't, all of that stuff. But
they're screwed. The Packers. Let's
Paul,
just say
on Friday,
what it is.
you said that they're going to call his bluff and he's going to play.
I think they're going to call his bluff.
Still think he plays.
And
he's gone. I believe he's gone. If Rob Domofsky, our buddy, is saying 5% chance, Aaron Rodgers will walk before he plays for the Packers. And I'm just amazed. I'm amazed at Matt LaFleur acting like he hasn't thought about it. Clearly,
well, he has. He's
thought about
that's his way of not answering the question, where he says, we haven't really heard this from Aaron. We've heard this from everyone but him. And I agree with Paul with what you said last week about how it's time for him to come forward and go public with his thoughts on this, the same way we heard from Russell Wilson. But at the Kentucky Derby, Tirico has a chat with Aaron Rodgers, who wouldn't go on camera. But reiterates, Tirico goes on in reports, then reiterates, there's definitely tons of friction there, and he's not willing to talk about it.
He said there's a chasm between the organization and the player that right now doesn't look like they're ever going to come together on that. And a big part of this is the Packers are so driven by organization. Players play, we make the personnel decisions, coaches coach, there's no intermingling.
Well, they can repair it by firing their general manager.
Yeah, they're not going to do that, though. Who does that? That's a very NBA thing. We had this conversation last week.
Who's more important to the Packers right now?
Yeah, certainly Aaron Rodgers, but you don't.
The organization has released a statement.
You're down a slippery slope if you start firing executives at the demands of the player, no matter how good the player is.
So the organization released a statement on Thursday evening. We discussed it on Friday. And then I guess there's a monthly open letter to fans from Murphy. And he addresses it in that letter. After every press conference, or during every press conference, they're asked about Aaron Rodgers. Nationally, everyone's trying to get comment from him, including at the Kentucky Derby.
He did an interview on camera with somebody at the Derby. Somebody, I can't remember, Peter King wrote about it. Somebody who agreed not to ask him. What kind of media outlet agrees to do an interview with Aaron Rodgers on the condition that they don't ask him the
same media outlets that agree not to tip picks.
Yeah, that's way worse than that.
Was it NBC? Was he on camera with NBC?
No, he wasn't on camera with NBC. Tirico talked to him off camera, but it's just
I
ridiculous.
think almost any media member, if Aaron Rodgers was at the Kentucky Derby granting them an interview, would probably do what Aaron Rodgers wanted in that setting.
NBC didn't even do it.
But Mike Tirico got news. At least he said
off camera.
He said what everybody knew already.
I mean, look, if the Packers did play hardball here, and I know Rodgers is not wanting for money or anything, once he doesn't come to camp under contract, it does cost a fortune now in the fines that add up. We saw it in Nashville with Vic Beasley, who paid $500,000 for 10 days of not reporting to camp. That money adds up if he's just intending not to come. So it will be quite a bit of money in a hurry. They've got to reach some sort of accord in order for him not to be paying a fortune in fines.
So Peter King referred to Aaron Rodgers as someone who's principled, that you better believe that he will go host Jeopardy or try to, or not come back to the Packers if he says so. Paul, you're going to hate that I'm bringing this up, but this is a guy who doesn't talk to his family because he made up his mind that his family was bad for him, and he still does not speak to them. So whatever's in his mind, and he's made up his mind, it seems like, about the Packers, even though he's, just like he doesn't outwardly say, I'm never speaking to my family again to the media or in an interview, he's made up his mind on the Packers, which makes me believe more and more that he will retire and go host Jeopardy unless they trade him.